contest. In the Harvard boat, we've got a junior Jack Luby in the bow, senior Curtis McLeod in the 2-seat, sophomore Christian Tabish in the 3, a sophomore Samuel Monkey in 4, senior Carter Dickinson in 5, James Clark, a senior in 6, freshman Henry Jones in 7, strokes by Anthony Kenny, a junior, and cocks by senior Nicholas Yan. The official is currently giving both crews a warning for being late to the start, so I guess those offset. This Harvard 3V is currently ranked 3rd in the nation, and Princeton is currently ranked 5th. Bow to stern in the Princeton boat, we have a freshman Stefan Pinar in the bow, a freshman Eli Calfan in the 2-seat, freshman Joe Wolfen in the 3, senior Ralph Elsgood in the 4. Senior Matt Doyle in 5. Sophomore Nick Foster in 6. Sophomore Jens Clausen in 7. Junior Ryan Hutsley in stroke. And coxed by freshman Axel de Boissart. A young boat but a lethal one, this Princeton 3V.
Young but experienced.
Flag is up. Flag is down. We have a start. Very clean strokes by both crews here.
And looking about even. Princeton maybe up by a hair now.
Princeton very aggressive rate, 45 I've got them.
Led by strokeman Ryan Hutsley out of CBA of Lincroft, New Jersey.
Harvard a little lower, 41. It's Princeton taking a couple seat lead here as these crews reach their stride strokes. Saw junior Ryan Hutsley in the stroke seat. His first couple of races stroking a boat this year, but he's turned into a very, very passionate stroke man. And Jens Clausen, of course, very experienced in the 7, won the Eastern Sprints last year in the 7 seat. Nick Foster, really just absolute reckless abandon from Nick Foster in the 6 seat, but just so many watts. Weighing about 250 pounds, Nick Foster is one of the most just powerful men in this Princeton squad.
And an absolute crowd favorite as you hear hoots and hollers for him.
Really, really cute guy. In 4, Ralph the Snake Elsgood likes to slither his way up to the catch, but he takes a very quick front end, and you can see it having its desired effect as Princeton maybe half a length or so on Harvard at the 500-meter mark.
As Harvard looking like they're struggling a bit with these conditions, maybe catching a dig there. Down about half a length on the Princeton boat as Princeton continues to surge forward here.
Yeah, Princeton definitely still moving. Freshman Axel de Boissart in the coxing seat, he's going to be yearning for that clear water lead. Some hoots and hollers from both boats. Freshman Joe Wolfen in the 3 seat, always a vocal character, is making some noise for Princeton right now as they potentially take a move coming up on this 750. Not quite a length yet, maybe still canvas overlap in the bow and stern.
But an excellent rhythm found here by the Princeton crew, led by Ryan Hutsley.
Yeah.
Really rigid body motions and great catch placements, especially going into this strong tailwind.
Up in the bow seat of this Princeton crew, Stefan Pinar, the South African boy wonder with a new haircut. That haircut actually executed by Joe Wolfen in the 3 seat, a sort of amateur barber, as Princeton now has bow to stern, a full-length lead on Harvard. Maybe even some open water.
As they continue to move into this first 1,000 meters of the race.
Beautiful stuff. Matt Doyle with the trademark sweatband doing its job today in this rain. One of the most improved rowers on this Princeton team, Matt Doyle, spent his entire year with the flu, freshman year, worked his way up, and is now just an absolute stalwart in the 5 seat of this Princeton 3V, as they've maybe got a few seats of clear water. Harvard, though, a lot of energy in this Harvard boat. We're hearing some hype and some hoots from the bow seat, Jack Luby. Really strong, firm finish. They're refusing to let this Princeton boat get the best of them.
As it looks like they're trying to take a move here. They're taking back a few seats, it looks like. Not much, still with an open water lead from Princeton. But Harvard looking over their left shoulder here in the bow and in 3-seat, trying to get a glimpse of that Princeton crew, seeing how much they can gauge on their lead. As Princeton opening up some more, about a half a length with 4 seats of open water lead on the Harvard crew.
Very steady stroke rate. Princeton about 37. I'll take Harvard's now. Harvard a little bit lower, maybe 35 and a half. But Princeton seems to be pretty sustainable in their rhythm as they come into the last 500 meters. Not too huge a margin here for Princeton, but definitely comfortable as the race course just gets shorter and shorter from here. Nick Foster is he's really breathing in the 6th seat, but you know that's just because he's working hard. But, a lot of body weight to pull up and down the slide for him, but he does so with a really brutal efficiency.
Maybe one of the only rowers I've seen use the chest muscle so effectively in the stroke.
Biggest pecs in the boathouse, that's for sure. But Harvard may be taking a seat back here, trying to find that bow to stern overlap again in the last 400 meters or so. But I can't see them catching Princeton here. Very impressive work. Ralph Elsgood, his mouth is wide open as he tries to suck every drop of oxygen to those lungs. Of course, Ralph is known for having a very, very thin blood condition in which he takes blood thinners so his heart doesn't stop, just so he can pull just so hard on the oar every race. You can see the effort on all these boys' faces. We come in the last 250. Princeton still holding that open water margin.
And we'll wait and see. Looks like Ryan Hutchley upping the stroke here as they come into the sprint and now moving away even further from this Harvard crew. Truly impressive work here from the Princeton 3V.
Yeah, Princeton staying very clean as they take up for the sprint here. Harvard, well rowed certainly, but ultimately it came down to it. Princeton definitely had the better of them today as they come into the last 5 strokes or so. It's going to be Princeton over Harvard in the 3rd varsity. And Princeton crossing the line now.
And a little late on the horn there, but Princeton definitely with it looked like a few seats of open water on Harvard. An excellent win for Princeton.
Yeah, the horn work could be a bit better, Chris, but that rowing couldn't be much better from Princeton.
Yeah,
really good work today.
Great
stuff.
As
Princeton takes the 3V and the 4V, and Harvard has the 5V as we head back up to the start line for the women's A4s.